Good afternoon, King Show fans. Vic Amon here again for another edition of the King of TV Bowling Sweeper Series. This week we return to Gilmore Lanes for their Sunday afternoon sweeper. And we've got an exciting final in store for you folks this week. We're going to have defending champion from a few weeks back, Brian Scott, the left-hander, face off against newcomer to the Sweeper Series and Zak Feltner. All right, folks, as they're getting set, Brian Scott, the top seed going into the final match today, has elected to make Zak, the newcomer, lead off the match. Zak Feltner from Hamilton, Ohio, representing the GHBA. Starting things out here, we're on 19 and 20 today at Gilmore Lanes. And he crosses over on his opening pitch. As we see on the instant replay, runaway truck leaving the 5-pin. Got some early jitters for his first time out. We'd like to thank everybody that stopped on out to Gilmore Lanes this week. We had another good turnout. Chris Woods, Chuck Edmondson in the game. We're going to keep bringing this event to you folks as we are trying to get a 5-pin re-spotted here. We'll take this time to give a little notation. They are going to be changing the format here a little bit here at Gilmore Lanes in the next couple weeks. They're going to go to the former King of TV format. They're going to have a returning king come back each week. The winner of each sweeper will return to defend his crown. This will be strictly at Gilmore Lanes. So each week, whoever wins the sweeper will return to battle the weekly sweeper winner. There will be an extra $100 prize added to the prize fund each week. And for information on that, you can contact Chris Woods out here at Gilmore Lanes. And he'll get you squared away on times and location. So they're getting that 5-pin here respotted for Zak. A little bit of delay in the opening frame here. Zak, a little bit more traditional style. He's going to be playing up the boards as he's throwing the brand new Roto Grip Halo. Ball's really popular in our area right now. Zak looking to bring this 5-pin back. And he does so nicely. So Zak keeping it clean in the first. We're going to get a look at a defending champ from a few weeks back, Brian Scott. Brian is from the Independence, Kentucky area. Makes the journey all the way up here to Fairfield, Ohio for the Sunday afternoon sweeper. And his opening pitch is a good one. Goes high flush in the 1-2 pocket. And he opens up with a strike. As normal, folks, this is a handicap event. 80% of 220. These guys are getting a few sticks apiece. But the breakdown is a mark or two between these two guys, so it should be a pretty competitive final. So Brian Scott looking to double up quick on Zak. And his pitch in the second. Crosses over, but he gets a great break, folks. Check this one out on the instant replay. A little cross over the bridge action there on his pitch in the second. Gets him a key double early on in this match, and he's putting the pressure on Zak Feltner here. Zak's getting 15 pins here today for his handicap. So he's looking to go off the boards here, and he makes a great pitch in the second as well. So nice shot there by Zak, ripping that rack on the instant replay. Brian Scott is getting 32, so we got a difference of 17 pins in this final. These gentlemen are duking it out on the modified house pattern here at Gilmore Lanes. Zak bowls up here in the third. And he makes another great pitch. So Zak Feltner flushing the 1-3. He's got himself a key double. And he's putting it right back on Brian Scott here. As Brian's getting set here. 4-step delivery. And another great pitch. So these guys are off to a great start in this final. Brian looking to keep the string alive here. He's got the strike train rolling. Got himself some turkey time. Looking for 4 in a row here. His pitch in the fourth. Another great shot there by Brian Scott. Shredding that rack. Watch this one on the instant replay. 5-pin goes right into the 10. Head pin comes off the sideboard. And nothing was left. So Brian Scott has 4 in a row here in this final match here at Gilmore Lanes. Zak Feltner looking to keep pace, as he is on a small string of his own here. And we got a good one, folks. Zak Feltner with another great pitch. As he goes flush, 1-3. And that gives him 3 in a row. He's down a few sticks here. Down a couple marks. He's got to keep the pressure on and hope that Brian Scott stops here. Brian's on fire at the moment. But Zak's starting to heat up as well. He is going crunch, crunch, crunch. Looking for one more. And unfortunate for Zak, he got a bit soft on this pitch, a little inside of his mark. And as he goes through the nose, leaving the 4-6-7 split. Not what you want to see when your opponent is on a good run here. So let's see what Zak decides to do, whether he takes the 2 or goes for the pickup. And it looks like he's electing to take the 2. So after that open, that puts Zak Feltner at 115 in the 5th. And Brian Scott is currently in complete control of this match, as he is on a 4-bagger, looking to make it 5 in a row here. As Brian makes another great pitch, flush in the 1-2 pocket, folks. This guy is on fire today. We had 1-300 at Western Bowl. Who knows? We might have another one here today at Gilmore Lanes, folks. So let's see what Brian has in store for us here in the 6th frame, as he is on lane 19. Well, Brian made a good run at it. He crept a little bit high here as he leaves the 6-pin. He's going to have a nice, easy single-pin spare to bring back and hang on to his early lead that he's got on Zak Feltner. He's going to adjust off his strike mark here. And he brings it back. So nice cover there by Brian Scott. So after that spare recovery, Brian Scott is currently sitting at 171 with his handicap. Zak Feltner is currently down 51 pins, and it's go time. So let's see what Zak's got in store for us here. And he goes a little bit wide of his mark. Ball not quite recovering as he leaves the 2-4 combination. Zach going to play this one off his strike line. Move a little bit right and hook it into it. And he brings that back. So good cover there by Zak Feltner. But unfortunately for him, spares are not going to get it done. He's going to have to strike and strike a lot from here on out to get back in this match. He's going to need some help from Brian Scott as well. Brian is up 50-plus pins at this point. As Zach's getting set on lane 19. But he makes a great pitch there. Flush in the 1-3. Let's check this one out on the instant replay. He's taking 10 back on that one, folks. That was a no-doubter. 10 and dump on that shot. So Zach's not out of the woods yet. You know, he's got a chance, but he's going to have to fight and claw to get back in it. Brian Scott at this point just got to keep things clean, not get into trouble. As he is in full control at this point, 50 plus. Looking to build on that lead. Well, Brian makes another good shot here in the 7th frame. Goes a tad bit high here, leaving another 6-pin. He's been around the pocket the entire match. He's got a few good breaks. And he is in complete control at this point. Looking to bring this single pin spare attempt back. Once again, he's going to adjust off his strike mark and hook it into it. Bounce it off the dry here. And he brings it back. So good spare recovery there by Brian Scott as he retains his 50-plus pin lead here in this final. Looking to put this one away here in the 8th and 9th frame. That's his max potential at this point. It's going to be 268 scratch, folks. Brian way over his head today, bowling outstanding. But Zach can still go out in the 240s, so he's got some potential here. This one's not over yet. And another little chink in the armor here. As Brian goes a bit wide of his mark, he leaves the 3-pin. So he's got another single pin spare attempt to bring back, giving Zach a little bit of daylight. So let's see if he can keep things clean, keep the pressure on. As his lead has currently built to 69 pins. And he retains that lead as he brings that spare back. As we stated, he's up 69 at this point with the handicap added in. It's go time for Zak Feltner. He can still go out for 240 scratch, 245 to be exact. But for him to have any chance in this final, he's got to strike on this ball. And he gets a great break, folks. Watch this one on the instant replay. Hits them thin, mixes them up. He's got himself another double here, trying to chip away and get back into this final. Foundation 9th frame right here for Zak Feltner. It's close. Great shot, tough break by Zak Feltner. Watch this one against the replay. 6-pin, just not getting that 10 out. Unfortunate pin carry for him on this one. He needed that one in the 9th, but he's going to have to bring the spare back to give himself a shot. And unfortunate for Zak Feltner, crucial mistake in the 9th frame as he flags the 10-pin. Going 9 out in the foundation 9th. So after that open, Zak Feltner is sitting at 197 with his handicap. The best he can do at this point would be in the 220s. Brian Scott just needs a solid mark here, and he's going to lock this one up here today. And he makes another great pitch on lane 20, folks. Watch this one on the instant replay. Ball peeling off the outside, flushing the 1-2. Brian Scott's going to be your winner for this week's Gilmore Lanes Sunday afternoon sweeper. Just going through the motions here now at this point. Brian a little light in the pocket there, almost leaving the 7-10, but he's fortunate enough to break up that split as the 10-pin fell late. He's just going to have a 7-pin left here. But it's pretty much a victory lap at this point. This one's already in the books. But a great run today by Zak Feltner. As Brian looks to bring this one back. And he flags the 7-pin, but it was pretty much over. Zak looking to fill things out here in the 10th. We'll finish on a positive note. I'm sure we'll see more of Zak in the future. He's got a real strong game. As you can see on that shot there, folks. Just got a couple bad breaks. And a missed spare, or we would have another situation here after that open by Brian Scott. That missed 10-pin is going to come back to haunt Zak here. He can still finish things out here in the 220s. 212 scratch. And he gets a little shaker 7 there, so it'll be 2-0. But a nice game there by Zak. We'll get a nice second place check from Chris Woods here. And more than likely move on to Cole Rain. Well, Brian Scott's going to be your winner today at Gilmore Lanes for the Sunday afternoon sweeper, as he wins over Zak Feltner 257 to 217. This King of TV Bowling production has been brought to you by White Oak Auto Care, family owned and operated for over 30 years. Give them a call today at 513-741-1300 for all your automotive needs. Folks, you can check out all this great action on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to log on to kingoftvbowling.com for more information. We'll see you next time on the lanes. Take care.